Our planet, this remarkable sphere of rock and water, is a stage for the most spectacular performances imaginable. I have spent a lifetime exploring its furthest corners, and yet it never ceases to astonish me. There are moments, fleeting yet profound, when the natural world unveils spectacles so extraordinary, so utterly surreal, they seem to challenge the very fabric of our reality. These are not illusions or tricks of the light, but raw, unfiltered expressions of Earth's power and poetry. Our journey begins at the top of the world, in the high latitudes, where the sun dips below the horizon for months on end. We find ourselves in the profound, freezing darkness of the polar night, a realm of ice and silence. Here, far from the distracting glow of our cities, the sky transforms into a celestial canvas. For millennia, these lights have inspired awe and wonder, known to some as the dance of the spirits, a bridge to the heavens. This is the stage for the Aurora Borealis, one of nature's most spectacular light shows. Witnessing it requires patience. The show often begins subtly, a faint, almost imperceptible green haze washing over the horizon. At first, you might question if you're seeing it at all, a mere whisper of light against the star-dusted black. But soon, that whisper becomes a roar of light. The haze intensifies, swelling into vast, shimmering curtains that unfurl across the entire dome of the sky. These ethereal ribbons of light dance and twist, folding in on themselves in a silent, hypnotic ballet that can last for minutes or for hours. The source of this magnificent display lies 93 million miles away, at the heart of our solar system. Our sun constantly emits a stream of charged particles, electrons and protons, known as the solar wind. This cosmic river flows outward at speeds of over 1 million miles per hour. Sometimes violent eruptions on the sun, called coronal mass ejections, unleash a much denser, faster torrent of these particles, setting the stage for an even more dramatic spectacle. As this solar wind reaches our planet, it collides with Earth's magnetic field, the magnetosphere. This invisible shield protects us from the harshest solar radiation, deflecting most of the particles. But the shield has a weak point. It funnels some of these energetic particles down into the atmosphere along magnetic field lines, concentrating them in 2 vast rings around our planet's magnetic poles, known as the auroral ovals. It is here, in the upper atmosphere, that the magic happens. The captured solar particles, now accelerated to incredible speeds, slam into atoms of oxygen and nitrogen. This collision transfers energy to the atmospheric atoms, kicking them into an excited, unstable state. To return to normal, they must release this excess energy, and they do so by emitting a tiny particle of light, a photon. Billions upon billions of these collisions create the glowing spectacle we see, a planetary-scale neon sign painted with the elements of our own atmosphere. The color of the aurora depends on which gas is hit, and at what altitude. The most common color, a brilliant green, comes from excited oxygen atoms at altitudes of around 100 to 300 kilometers. Higher still, above 300 kilometers where the atmosphere is much thinner, collisions with oxygen can produce a deep, haunting red. These rare, all-red auroras are often associated with the most intense solar storms, and are a truly breathtaking sight. Nitrogen molecules contribute to the palette as well. When struck by the most energetic particles at lower altitudes, they create the beautiful blues and purples you can sometimes see fringing the bottom edge of the auroral curtains, adding yet another layer of complexity to the display. When the display is directly overhead, the parallel rays of light appear to converge, creating a breathtaking corona, a celestial crown that seems to radiate from a single point in the sky. It's a moment of pure immersion, a humbling reminder of our planet's dynamic connection to the sun and the wider cosmos. This is not just a beautiful light show. It is the visible manifestation of immense forces, a direct link between our world and the star that gives us life. Of all the spectacles our planet offers, few events feel more primal than a total solar eclipse. For millennia, it was a sign of cosmic disruption. Today, we understand the celestial mechanics, yet the experience remains just as powerful, connecting us to the vast clockwork of the cosmos. It's a spectacle born of a breathtaking cosmic coincidence. The moon is 400 times smaller than the sun, but it's also 400 times closer. This perfect alignment allows the lunar disk to completely obscure our star, a celestial sleight of hand. As the final sliver of sun vanishes, the world transforms. The temperature drops, the light becomes unnatural, and day plunges into an eerie, silvery twilight, unlike anything else on Earth. Just before totality, sunlight streams through lunar valleys, creating a string of brilliant jewels called Bailey's beads. As they vanish, a single dazzling point of light remains, the famous diamond ring effect. Then, totality. Darkness falls, but the horizon in every direction is painted with the soft glow of a 360-degree sunset, light from beyond the moon's shadow. Where the sun should be, there is a hole in the sky, a black sun ringed by the ethereal outer atmosphere, the corona, a million times fainter than the sun itself. We can see wispy streamers sculpted by magnetic fields, and even spot tiny pink flames of solar prominences, massive eruptions of gas, normally completely hidden from our view. The moments are fleeting. As quickly as it began, a second diamond ring flares, shattering the darkness. Daylight returns and the world snaps back, but for those who stood in the shadow, the memory of that impossible black sun remains. Deep beneath our feet, Earth is a cauldron of molten rock. Pressure and heat build until the surface must vent. Explosive eruptions blast ash tens of kilometers high, darkening skies. Effusive eruptions pour lava, rivers of fire reshaping land. Pehoho cools ropey and smooth. A moves jagged and blocky. Destruction and creation entwined. New land, new coastlines. From Kilauea's fountains to St. Helens ash clouds, each eruption is unique. Volcanic soils enrich life. Ecosystems return. They are the planet breathing fire. In the Great Plains, a serene sky can become terrifyingly powerful. This is the supercell, defined by a persistently rotating updraft, the mesocyclone. Its updraft punches a dome into the stratosphere. A lowering wall cloud can spawn a funnel. Touchdown, one of nature's most concentrated forces. From rope-thin to mile-wide wedges, they grind towns into rubble. Yet these storms transport heat and moisture, regulating climate. They are the violent result of warm, moist air meeting cool, dry air, a humbling reminder of the atmosphere's unimaginable power. The ocean's tranquil face hides almost incomprehensible power. Tsunamis arise from sudden, massive water displacement. A low wave, hundreds of kilometers long, races like a jet across basins. Near shore, it slows and towers. The sea can recede ominously before the surge. What arrives is a fast-rising flood that doesn't stop. Megatsunamis, often from landslides, can rise hundreds of meters. In Alaska, a landslide drove a wave to over 1,700 feet, a stark reminder of the sea's restless, overwhelming energy. In the northwest corner of Venezuela, a truly unique atmospheric phenomenon holds a permanent residence. Where the Catatumbo River empties into the vast Lake Maracaibo, an almost perpetual thunderstorm rages, a spectacle known as the Relámpago del Catatumbo. This isn't a random storm, it's a nightly appointment with the sky. For up to 10 hours a night, on as many as 260 nights a year, the heavens ignite, making this the most lightning-prone place on Earth. The frequency is staggering, with flashes sometimes reaching 28 per minute. This near-constant barrage of light turns the darkest night into a flickering, ethereal twilight, painting the clouds from within. Annually, it produces over 1 million electrical discharges. The engine for this storm is a perfect confluence of topography and climate. During the day, the tropical sun heats the lake and its surrounding marshlands, loading the air with warm moisture. As night falls, cooler, denser winds sweep down from the towering Andes Mountains that flank the lake on 3 sides. This mountain air acts like a wedge, violently forcing the warm, moist air upward, creating colossal, electrically charged cumulonimbus clouds that can soar over 12 kilometers high. Adding to this potent mix is a theory rooted deep underground. The Maracaibo Basin is rich in oil and decaying organic matter, which releases vast quantities of methane gas. Some scientists believe this ionized methane rises into the clouds, enhancing the air's conductivity. For centuries, before the age of modern navigation, this celestial beacon served a vital purpose. Known as the Maracaibo Lighthouse, its brilliant, silent flashes were visible for hundreds of kilometers. guiding sailors safely across the Caribbean Sea. It even played a role in history, reputedly revealing a surprise nighttime attack by Sir Francis Drake in 1595, allowing the local garrison to prepare. It is a perfect storm of geography, meteorology, and perhaps even geology. A beautiful and bewildering display that is both powerful and, from a distance, eerily silent. A relentless, almost silent spectacle that never seems to end, reminding us of the intricate and powerful forces that shape our planet. In certain sheltered bays, the water comes alive with light. A magical cold light produced by living organisms. Bioluminescence. Single-celled dinoflagellates flash when disturbed. Every movement paints the water. Swimmers turn into comets. A paddle or wake ignites galaxies of liquid stars. A luciferin-luciferase reaction, light as defense and alarm. Beyond bays, vast milky seas glow uniformly for miles. The smallest organisms create breathtaking spectacles, living light across the dark ocean. On East Africa's sweeping plains, the great wildebeest migration unfolds. Over 1.5 million wildebeest, with zebras and gazelles, move in a relentless circuit. The ground trembles. A chorus fills the air. Predators shadow the herds in a timeless dance. At rivers, days of hesitation end in a single leap, and chaos. A life and death lottery, where numbers and fortune decide. For the herd to endure, the crossing must be made. It is the pulse of Africa, beating strong. In polar realms and high valleys, rivers of ice have sculpted our world. In a warming world, many glaciers are in retreat. Their demise creates a deafening spectacle. Glacier calving. Cracks announce structural failure. Fractures spider across the face. Multi-story blocks, millions of tons, shear off and fall. Impact throws water skyward, a localized tsunami rippling out. A cannon blast roar, splintering ice, and ancient air hissing free. Newborn bergs roll, revealing surreal, bubble-free blue. Each thunderous collapse is a powerful, visible mark of change. The desert, defined by absence, hides a secret. Beneath the baked earth lies a vast seed bank, waiting for water. After rare rains, a transformation begins. Millions of seeds germinate at once, super bloom. Fleeting carpets of life paint familiar vistas unrecognizable. A cascade of life, bees, butterflies, moths, birds, and more. Life races to flower and seed before the desert reasserts itself. Proof that even in harshest realms, life does not surrender, it waits. We have journeyed from frozen poles to scorched deserts, from ocean depths to the upper atmosphere. We witness spectacles that defy logic and stir the soul, yet all belong to Earth. These events connect us to greater forces, revealing geology's might, cosmic elegance, and life's tenacity. By cherishing, understanding, and protecting them, we keep wonder alive for generations. The greatest story is the one the Earth is still telling. We must only learn to listen.